This is my first time at Tule Lake for the pilgrimage, and I want to start with gratitude. So thank you so much to the Tule Lake committee for organizing this amazing weekend that is very organized and very well run. Can you please give it up? I think for many of us, we feel very privileged to be sharing space with everyone who's here at the pilgrimage. So it's a blessing to be here and an honor to be performing this evening. So I'm not going to make any assumptions about who's in the audience. So, is it cool if we run through some Japanese words really quickly? Is that okay? Is that okay? All right, so, for those of you who don't know, for Japanese Americans, we count our generations from the immigrant generation with specific words. So the first generation, which is the immigrant generation, is called the Issei. Can I use some Issei? Issei. I know a lot of you know these words, so please help us along if your neighbor is struggling. But Issei. Second generation is called Nisei. Nisei. Third generation is called Sansei. Sansei. Fourth generation is called Yonsei. 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 All right, so do you all kind of get that? Does that sound right? Okay, so we're going to do that one more time, all right? So, starting from the first generation, the immigrant generations, the Issei, the Nisei, the Sansei, and the Yonsei. We remember the smell of ozoni on New Year's Eve and the perfume of our bachan's hugs. We remember the tongue-twisting burn of tea in the winter restaurant refuge. We remember dinner-time pots of rice bubbling to the soundtrack of sizzling fish and crystal-chiming jars of skimon. We remember fragmented Japanese phrases passed from farmer backcountries to nosy suburban potlucks. We remember homes we call Gardena, Torrance, Loyal Heights, Crenshaw, San Jose, San Francisco, Sacramento, Salt Lake City, Denver, Chicago, Honolulu, Seattle. We remember too many vowels. We misremember family crests. We do not know how to pronounce our own names. We are Yonsei. Fourth generation Japanese Americans. Our story is 3 generations removed from great-grandparents who crossed oceans to mine coal, conquer seas, and farmland fertile, plunging thumbs into ground hard with policy and inner-city concrete. Our great-aunts, great-uncles, passed rice down tables to children who would become our grandmothers and grandfathers, our grandfathers, slicked their hair back in pool hall mirrors and farmhouse wash basins, as our Issei parents sat in suburban living rooms, dream-talking of homelands, homesteads, and with a blast from the radio home fronts. Our grandmothers, barely 18, ran home past school pass signposts branded instructions to all persons of Japanese ancestry, radio static still floating through the air as they came for their fathers, their mothers, broke dishes, burned books, burning blood, compelling their arms into motion. They can take us anywhere they want, but they will never have our spirit. Our lives will burn before they will be sold. Fiercely packing decades into only what they could carry, boarding buses, to trains, to deserts, to bunks. My grandmother, Manzanar Yearbook Committee member, closed the 1945 yearbook with a full-page photo of the camp barbed wire and a hand outstretched with wire cutters. We made the best of a very bad situation. The Sansei. My father returned from camp to find schoolyard bullies and burning palm trees on his cousin's front lawn, stoking the smoldering shame he had held inside. He just wanted to be white. He was told that he would never achieve, and with a metaphorical middle finger, he rose up and graduated first in his class, uprising with a nation of young folks who would self-determine their own names, building dictionaries with panthers and berets, pounding taiko to the rhythm of feet that protested American imperialism in Vietnam, and dismantled American imperialism in our minds. My mother learned to play Joan Baez and Bob Dylan on her guitar. Music notes in her bedroom transitioned to class notes in law school. She argued with an uncle over dinner in support of redress. She wanted an apology for the injustice. He asked what good an apology serves for that which can never be forgiven. It takes years for scars to heal. It takes generations for the collective memory to process trauma. 3 generations from great-grandparents who crossed oceans, we are Yonsei. We were not gifted the language to name Issei strength or Nisei struggle, Sansei power, or the feeling that comes when plucking rusted barbed wire from our veins. But our blood bears plots that we are learning to dissect, subconscious blocks compounded by memories that are not ours as we walk through the world in perpetual inherited recall. I remember the smell of my 9/11 fear that we would be back in camps, and the realization that while it was not us, history would repeat itself to our neighbors, friends, family. I remember the tongue-twisting burn as I learned names like Manzanar and Tule, then Abu Ghraib and Guantanamo. I remember dinnertime conversations of hyper-patriotism, fragmented moments where words like racism, Islamophobia, and fear came to life, and in those moments, I remember finding the importance of words like community, family, and action. I am Yonsei. We are Yonsei. Our names may not align with our lineages. Our faces may not align with our identities. Our wisdom may not align with our timelines, but we are Yonsei, and we bear scars and soil, passed down tables that we are still learning to set. Yes, we are Yonsei. How could we ever forget?